The beauty of Shakeology is that these are tremendous high-quality ingredients.
Low calorie, but nutritionally dense.
High in antioxidants, high in probiotics.
It has everything that you'd find in a multivitamin.
You win on many, many levels.
All these good things that I want my kids to have, I want myself to have.
Could go a long way towards helping people with their overall health, and particularly with losing weight.
My perspective used to be, if you eat healthy and take care of yourself, you'll be fine. And after 30 years of medical practice, I found out that that's really not true, because modern society has changed. The food that we eat is no longer healthy food. So Shakeology is just a tool, but it's a really sophisticated tool. Nutritionally, it's superior to anything that I've seen out on the market right now. The components in it actually lower the cholesterol. That's scientific, that's a fact. And the lower the cholesterol is, the better the HDL is, the longer we're going to live. We can resist heart disease, even reverse it. How are you going to make up a milkshake that has fresh pomegranate and blueberry extract and all these nutrients that boost your immune status? This product has it all.
The mass production of agriculture in this country has done a great thing in that it feeds 300 million people. The downside is they do that through fertilizing the soil, and the nutrients that were originally in the soil and got absorbed into the food are no longer there. A typical apple today has about 25% of the nutrient value of an apple from 25, 30 years ago. This means that we really do need to get our nutrients from other places. If you have a product that comes from nutrient-rich soils, which are generally more primitive areas, that solves a lot of their problems right there as far as what to take for supplements. With Shakeology, you have a combination of vitamins, trace minerals, nutrients, antioxidants that could replace them trying to hunt and peck through 15 different bottles every morning. And it also gives them a lot of protein, less calories, makes them full, makes them satisfied. That really helps cover their whole nutritional aspect.
One of the things that Shakeology impressed me with was the breadth of the ingredient list. You find adaptogens, herbal medicines like ashwagandha, which is one of the Indian traditional herbs used in Ayurveda, as well as astragalus, cinnamon, and chia. Chia is known as the super seed that the Mayans used to use. They used to take a handful of it, throw it in their mouths, and go for a day's run. The beauty of Shakeology is that these are tremendous high-quality ingredients. If the average person has all the time in the day to cook, source all these ingredients, and exercise regularly, they don't need Shakeology. But if that average person has a job, if that average person has an active lifestyle, if that average person has kids that they need to pick up, if that average person doesn't want to travel the world and find these kinds of ingredients, it would behoove them to save a little bit of time and use Shakeology that's done all the homework for them. In my work, I've seen plenty of samples come through my office. Shakeology is the one that, without a thought, without a request, I instantly threw myself behind.
I get excited about Shakeology because it tastes so good, and yet at the same time, I know I'm getting the best nutrition I can possibly get in a meal. It's kind of like I'm cheating, but I'm not. You've got your proteins, carbohydrates, you got some healthy fats, fiber, probiotics, digestive enzymes, and then antioxidants, all just compressed into that 140-calorie drink. And that's hard to get in any other kind of food. Someone who works like me, a 6 to 12-hour shift, I don't have time to take a lunch. We don't have an official lunch break. And so I've got to grab something. And it's easy to just throw a packet of Shakeology in a little shaker, shake it up with some ice, and I've got my great meal there again. And I think that's true for anybody else. It's going to help anybody who has a fast-paced lifestyle that wants to have a healthy meal. And the cost. And you look at the cost of Shakeology versus going out and having a fast food meal. It's half the cost, but again, you're getting 10 times the nutrients.
I know I should be living a better lifestyle, but it's hard. It's hard for a lot of reasons. When you're in the ER, you kind of eat on the go, you grab what you can. If I have a 5 a.m. shift, I'm up at 3:50 in the morning. So instead of grabbing leftovers from the fridge or a Pop-Tart, I just grab an 8-ounce bottle of it and take it with me in the car. And that way I'm having an actual meal instead of just some empty calories to fill up my stomach. The modern food industry is phenomenal, but they're producing a lot of calorie-rich, cheap, nutritionally poor foods. And that is part of what's leading to the obesity epidemic in America. Obesity causes hypertension, diabetes, high blood pressure, incredible strain on your heart. You're aging your body at twice the rate it should be aged. People don't get it. If you're eating nutritionally poor food, corn chips or burgers or whatever, as you're eating the calories, you're not getting the nutrition that you need to build a healthy body. It's in many ways completely devoid of that. And so your body realizes that it's being starved of real nutrition. You're going to be eating a lot, and your body's going to drive you to eat a lot until it gets the real nutrition you need. But once your body gets the nutrition it needs, it will not drive you to eat more. If you get your weight under control, if you get your health under control, automatically the blood pressure is taken care of. I figure for most of my patients who have those problems, if you can convince people to supplement breakfast or lunch with a shake like this, it could go a long way towards helping people with their overall health and particularly with losing weight.
My typical morning is, because I'm usually rushed to get to work, so I have just a few minutes I can mix up a Shakeology. I drink that on the way to work. By drinking Shakeology, you're getting a meal replacement that's low in calories, high in vitamins, high in protein, high in antioxidants, high in probiotics. Those are things that you can't get unless you try very hard in your regular diet. And then trying to incorporate all these other ingredients into something that tastes good on a daily basis I think that's the biggest benefit, is that you get all of this in one single meal. And I have recommended it to patients, I've recommended it to my family, I have neighbors that drink it as well.
It's very important, particularly when you are under depression, with depression or anxiety, to try to have the best health possible. It's everything, mind and body combined. You have to have relationships, you have to exercise, you have to sleep well, and you have to eat nutritious meals. So that's why I really like Shakeology. The ingredients are very comprehensive, the proteins, the vegetables, the minerals, the fruit. Everything included in one easy package. A good, nutritious meal with very little work. It's just open an envelope, put in the blender, so it's easy. Of course, then you have to wash the blender.
This is whey protein in here, so there's just no other product on the market that's out there that has the same amount of protein in a reasonable quantity with all the other added benefits of the minerals, the nutrients, the enzyme blend, the superfruit blend, the probiotic blend. It's like the list goes on and on and on.
As a gastroenterologist, I really like Shakeology because of its nutritional value, its low caloric content. It provides healthy, natural sources of proteins and amino acids that are the essential building blocks of muscle. So the value of all of the components of Shakeology help to maintain a balance of healthy bacteria in the intestinal tract, maintaining a sense of well-being and avoiding a lot of the symptoms associated with irregularity and irritable bowel syndrome.
The reality is that the bulk of cardiovascular disease, as opposed to something like cancer or other diseases, is really preventable. So if I had a product like Shakeology, something which you can add on top of good basic nutrition, A, supplements the patient, B, has them stop taking unnecessary high-calorie-laden foods, and ultimately will lead to weight loss for the patient, which is a good thing overall. So you win on many, many levels. And if you've been post-surgical, you are nutritionally down because surgery is like the war. You've been through trauma. You need to recover. And using a product like Shakeology, which has the appropriate balance of nutrients, can do dramatic things to lead to recovery. You can use it as a good supplement if you're eating poorly. You can use it as a substitute for a meal if you're attempting to achieve weight loss. You can use it as a recovery kind of event if you're leading an ultimately stressful type lifestyle. You've been up crazy hours and things like that. And then finally, you could use it as an energy boost on top of a good breakfast for athletic performance. I've used this product, and I think it works very well. A product like Shakeology really simplifies things for physicians.
I tell all my patients, if you want to live better and you want to feel better, drink Shakeology.